Evening. So glad to see you. Ooh and ah, here we are. Erica Most, I had just said, here we go. And I looked down and there you had just written, here we go. And I thought, can she hear me? Is this spooky? I don't know. That's pretty fun. I'm Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn FUNN, your intrepid host of Craft Roulette. What is Craft Roulette, you say? Well, it is the original ultimate paper crafting card making game show challenge, and we are live almost every Friday night, leaving a seat for you in the chatterbox. If you are watching us on replay, we'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Say hi so we can say hi back. And I'm just real glad you're here. I know there's a couple new people here. I will say from the very beginning, this place has been around for 4.5 years. This place called Craft Roulette, and we have a lot of traditions that you may not understand, and there may be some words you don't understand, but what I hope you understand is how welcome you are and how nice these people are in our chatterbox. I mean, nobody says that, the chat, right? But I hope you understand that, and I hope you feel very welcome because we're real glad you're here. Welcome back to Leah Lawson's Friends. We were so glad to have her on last week. She was super nice. It was, sitting in this chair, I get to meet the nicest people, and it's just a treat. We've got another one of those nicest people on here for tonight, Nicki Baxley, and you're going to meet her in just a minute. This is her second time to the wheel, and we're hoping that she gets some good spins. She could handle anything. But, good spins are good spins. We just appreciate them, don't we? Yep. If you were enjoying those cards from the beginning in the slideshow, those all came in from last week. We had, I can't remember numbers worth a hoot. I hope it's never like a dementia test because I would fail. But we had 432 cards sent in last week. It was amazing numbers. They are beautiful with the peacock colors and all sorts of things that you represented as tall. You are once again, the most clever chatterbox on the internet. I'm saying right now. There's 6 videos already in the associated with that episode and 10 bonus cards. I don't even have my bonus cards in yet, so it's been a busy week. Before we pull back the curtain and find out who the technical genius is behind this show, I do need to talk to you guys about something. And is this going to be one of those things that will make me cry? So, I'm going to turn around. We have a card drive going for a little girl. She's 4. Her little brother just got killed last week. And you can find out more on our Facebook page. It's Craft Roulette Show. It's private. Please answer the questions. You'll be accepted. Her birthday is next week. So we're going to flood her with cards. You can send them to our address. I hate crying on these things, but it's so sad. She likes Barbies and mermaids. And all those things, we're going to send beautiful, bright, happy birthday cards. Nothing about the tragedies. Just send them to us and we'll send them off to her. Her favorite time of the day is going to the mailbox. Can you imagine and getting cards? Is that made in heaven for us? We are just ready for that, right? Okay, so let's do that. Okay, now let's pull the curtain back. Mr. Producer, I read Old Yeller. When the kids were little, I read it to them, and we got to the part where Old Yeller dies, and I was weeping my eyes out when I was reading it out loud. And my kids were laughing, not at Old Yeller, but at me, because I'm and looking back, it probably was pretty hysterical to see your mother cry about a dog in a book that was written 40 years ago. But at the same time, Jiminy, I worried about them all, but wonder what their hearts are like. But they all turned out nice people. I'm really proud of them. But that's Mr. Producer. He is the genius behind all the technical stuff. And he has done all the programming for our World Card Making Day. By the way, that's coming up. You're going to want to join us. There's going to be more information about that later in the show. If you haven't given us a penny, man, would we love that. We would really appreciate that. And hit that subscription and notification button as well. Spin sponsors, we got new ones this week. So, this month. I always say week. Welcome back, Waffle Flowers. We're so glad to have you, Nina and the crew. They've got a new release out. Make sure you check out. They've got such cute stuff. Catherine Pooler Designs. Catherine will be here next week. Well, I bet we can find out a few things that's going on in her life and her little products. Artful Angel Karis will be joining us in the spin sponsors. So glad to have you back, Karis. She's a fun lady too. She's been on the show. And we got a new sponsor, Make It by Marco. I'm gonna get that wrong every month, and I'm sorry. But Make It by Marco makes like the desk organizers and things. Very, very interesting. He will be giving away a product, so it does need to stay in the U.S. If you sent in one of those cards last week, your name will be eligible for prizes. So that's the thing. And I have so many goodies for you guys that people have sent in. So I have a new box over there. I'm going to be filling it. I will be filling it to give away next week. So if you join us this week in the gallery, this one that we will be doing here in a few minutes, you will be eligible for a heck of a goodie bag. It will be full of very, very good stuff. So that's just an extra for everybody. Do want our members. We are not sponsored by companies. That's okay. And we have because we have a wonderful membership group. I've got a whole bunch about the memberships this week. One thing is we have a silver call and up Zoom call tonight after the show. No, my daughter said she just got back from Colorado. She said, "You want to come over and help us unpack?" And I said, "Well, I'll be available probably about 10:30, 11. Is that okay?" And she said, "No, probably pass." So that's okay. Want to say happy birthday to our September members. Very happy birthday to 5K, now 6K Lamone, Elisa Howard, Andrea Trin. So glad that you're a part of our card exchange. Angela McFall, Jan Cam. We'll see you later in the Zoom call, I bet. Jessica Bonnells, happy birthday. Christina Marie Holloman, mother to 10, happy birthday. Lisa Hunter along the Appalachian Trail, happy birthday. Lynn Severson, Melanie Rust. Norma Medina, you had a nice little trip for your birthday. I hope you got home safe and sound. Peggy, and I'm afraid of your last name, Peggy I, we're just going to say, Rien Leemans Vanderdonk from the Netherlands, happy birthday. Rosemarie Artemis, who is Hat Trick's mother. Stacy Eaton, Susan Rushton, and Tammy Williams. I've got the hard part done. They're all addressed. So next part is I have to make the cards, but that's the fun part. So happy birthday, you all.
That's for our card exchange.
Yep, which is for the members. It's something they can opt into. And we have lots of birthdays that go out. These people are getting 20, 40 cards every month, and it's just a joyful way to be able to send the cards that you love making to other people that appreciate handmade cards. It's very, very nice. We do have a couple new members this week, too. Welcome to our membership group. Sharon Goodman, Nadine E., and Debbie E. We're big on E's this week, so we're so glad to have you guys. It's nice. Make sure if you have any questions over there, because there's a lot of stuff. If you have any questions, there is a message thing that you can send a message to help kind of things for Mr. Producer and just general kind of things for me. We'd be happy to help you. So, Mr. Mike, how are you? So somebody was saying he needs googly eyes, and he has them. Not only does he have a googly eye, he has a big red nose like Rudolph, and he has a mouth. You may not have known this, but he has a mouth. He is the man of all words and the man of no words, the best listener in the room. Mr. Mike, how are you doing tonight? Yeah, that's how he is. He just kind of yawns whenever I talk to him. I don't take it personally. Anyway, one of the big announcements, we have two big announcements. One of the big announcements is we have new products coming. So I don't have anything to show you. They're still in transit. That was one of the big announcements. So my big announcement is Look for more announcements. It's okay. But that is one. We do have some very cool new products coming down the pike here probably in the next week. I hope if they get here. But you've been waiting to know what my announcement is. We do have another one later in the show because that's how we are. You can go to craftroulette.live/shop and see them all as they pile in. Nothing new over there right now. So anyway, what else? Anything else? Good heavens. We are all ready to bring on Nicki. Let's bring her on from Tennessee. Nicki hearts cards and we heart Nicki. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me again.
Oh, it's nice to have you. You're such a sweet woman.
Well, thank you. I'm hoping the wheel will be nice tonight.
You know, all parameters are doable.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, you get parameter fever sometimes. And you may not have something immediately. Actually, the process is you get the wheel, you get the spins, get nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then you start talking about it. And then all of a sudden there's this explosion of ideas. And then you have to bring it back down to now what? So then you can start playing with it. And you end up making lots and lots of cards just on those 4 parameters. It's a fascinating experiment in creativity. But enough about that. We're going to get to that in a minute. Tell us a little bit about you, Miss Nicki.
Okay, so I am a card maker. I do YouTube videos and create content. I'm on the design team for honeybee stamps, for WOW embossing. I'm also making reels for Altenew, so I'm kind of out there with some of those companies. You may see me out on social media, and I'm Nicki Hearts Cards. You can see how it's spelled there. If I were picking like my favorite thing to do, I really love making masculine cards. I kind of dabble in everything, but I really love masculine cards. So last time we got a man on a card and it was Santa. So we'll see how it goes this time.
Right. You can make almost anything. There's not a parameter there is a parameter. I take that back. I think there is one that's ladies card.
Okay, yeah.
So, but you could put a gentleman on it. Yeah.
I love flowers too, so that's fine. And so I'm a nurse practitioner by trade and did women's health and just really love teaching and having fun with cards.
Yeah, it is a fun thing. What was that room used for before you started making cards?
So since I've been making cards, I actually moved in here. So this, I think, was some kind of office because it's got some built-ins in the back.
Oh, nice.
And so I think it was meant to be an office, but it has turned in and exploded into my craft room. And I may have to take over another one. We'll see.
As it should be. Life as it should be, right? That's funny.
Right.
That's funny. I like that though. It's it's a craft where you don't have to belong to a country club or have a pool or buy time on a court. You just have to have a room.
And really, you can do minimal supplies too. Like, I have tons, but I also do this as my current job. So I've got to have everything and be able to do stuff. But, you can get by with just some paper and some markers and still make some really wonderful cards.
Yeah, we've had people on the road and they pack a little bag. But at the same time, it's funny how they can come up with things. Sometimes they have to make a quick little run to a hobby store or a craft store, but generally you can throw something together pretty easily because, what are you going to do? You just get that parameter and you shake it up and you go, what can I do with what I have? It's cool. It's cool. Well, it has been a while since you were here, and I bet you have forgotten some things. Did you have a question?
I did. What is craft roulette?
I had a feeling she was going to ask that. Well, we can tell her exactly what craft roulette is, and we can tell you guys as well. Thank you, Chatterbox, for being here. So nice to see you. Mr. Producer, he's going to get the show started here in just a minute. Nicki, get ready. We're about to hit the wheel, and we'll be right back after we answer the question of what is craft roulette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did somebody ask what Craft Roulette is?
In a nutshell, Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel, and everyone is invited to play along. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. The wheel has 24 spots to land on, but the spot it lands on might not always be a parameter. It could be a special, like guest's choice, a vetoed parameter, or other fun surprises. When you add the infinite creativity of our community and try and calculate the possible options, square the fun, carry the glitter, divide by the imagination, you end up with a near limitless amount of possible projects. Whoa. We invite a special guest on each week to share their unique spin on our challenge. If you'd like to participate, you don't have to create live with us. You can sit back and enjoy the show. Once the episode airs, you have around 50 hours to finish your own project using the same 4 parameters from this episode and submit, so don't delay too long. After your project is ready, take a photo and head over to our website. Use the Submit Contribution form to officially contribute. The form is open to the public and no membership is required. Everyone who contributes will be featured on our website, included in the next episode slideshow, and automatically entered into the next giveaway. When you visit www.craftroulette.live, you'll find all of our past episodes along with their contribution gallery, the current wheel parameters, info on how to participate, a calendar of upcoming guests, links to our spin sponsors, contact and prize claim forms, our shop, and a huge membership platform. But more on that later. And that's Craft Roulette. If you like what we do, please subscribe, like the video, and share it with your crafty friends who might enjoy it too. Everyone is invited to join in the fun. We like to celebrate around here, so before we spin for this week's set of parameters, we're going to look back at last week one last time and highlight some of our community's achievements. And now, back to the show.
Yep. That's what we do every Friday night, just about every Friday night. We are going to be live. The plan is to go live every Friday night through the end of the year. I am booked already through the end of the year, so that's exciting. And with some great guests, you're going to want to join us. But let's talk about last week, shall we? 432 contributions. We're up to 41,612 total card or project contributions. That's just a ridiculous number, and I love it so much. Look at you guys all fall in. We still have plenty of room for more crafters. What is that hole in the North America there? What in the world? Do we need some middle of Canada?
Is that Montana?
Is that Montana? Boy, we need to fill that one in. Anyway, so good to see you guys all over. Appreciate you being here. We had shaped card, peacock colors, tall as our element, and XOXO. Yes, I cleaned him up. There was a little scandal that went on last week with me putting an XOXO in some apparently a compromising situation. So I changed that. Mr. Peacock is now all rated MG, and he's got his beautiful XOXO on the front of his little self, with his little dangly legs. Anyway, I get a little crazy with my cards. Someday I'm going to make something pretty. You're going to see. It wasn't last week. It was silly. That was my card. Leah Lawson, she didn't have any trouble with pretty card. Look at that thing. That is one pretty card. She had never used that stamp, and who could have told? I couldn't. I thought she'd probably made that card 20 times. She was so good with it. So she was a delight. She was the first time she'd been on the show. Sweet woman. She does a lot of lives for Pink Fresh, so make sure you check her out. She does more lives on Pink Fresh than she does on her regular YouTube channel, so if you want to see her, check her out there. Thank you so much, Leah, for joining us. Montana. See, there she is. No, she's in Illinois. Illinois? I think so. So let's bring on from Tennessee, Miss Nicki, so she can join the parade of achievements with us. This is when we're going to celebrate some of the people hitting major milestones last week, like 25, 50s, 75 cards. We have 2 new mug clubbers. Wow. That means they have sent in 100 cards, not necessarily in a row, but in the 4.5 years, they have sent in 100 cards, and they get their own little exclusive Craft Roulette stamp set with our roulette robot. Welcome to Mug Club, Sue Kramer and our buddy Sire. Well done, you guys. We have 3 new to Club 52. We will be glad to celebrate them. And let's welcome our first timers to get this show started, this parade started. First timers, we've got 9. Welcome to Craft Roulette once again, Leah. Nice to have you here. Isn't that pretty? McKinley Clark, welcome.
Cute little dog.
Yeah. Michaela G from Wisconsin. Sore throat like you. Lily B from New Jersey.
Oh,
Cute little mermaid. Holly Smith. Scooby-Doo. Susan Davis from Arkansas. She took those peacocks literally. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Felicity from Texas.
That's interesting. Not awesome.
Card. Ann L from California. Jane Whetstone from Pennsylvania. Pretty. Looks like that old-fashioned Delft stuff. Our major milestone achievers. Welcome, first-timers. We're glad you're here. Candessa with 25 cards.
Nice.
Lori Brock from Georgia. 25.
Nice.
Yeah, inlay. Donna B. 25 cards. That's
pretty.
pretty elegant. Yeah. Jake Bunnell from Wisconsin. It's your birthday this month, too.
Oh,
Well
awesome.
done. Yawekta from Nigeria. I noticed your pin was there. Well done. 75 cards from Angela in Texas. Woo, that's a shaped card.
Yeah.
Melody from California.
Oh, cute.
Pam Kephart from California. 75 cards. That's pretty. Leela Larson, not Leah Lawson. 75 cards. That was pretty
It's
up
nice
close.
shape.
Wazy Kitty, 75 cards. Carrie Miller, 75 cards. So many different styles.
Yeah.
Jan Farnworth, 75 cards.
Very nice.
Elisa Howard, you got 75.
That's cute.
Very clean cut.
Mhm.
Sire, there's his 100 card. Well done, dude. Susan, there's your 100th card. Congratulations. We're so glad to have you be in Mug Club. Mary Moyson, 150. Always well staged. Cordelia with 150.
Yeah, nice. Butterflies.
Mm-hmm. Deputy Heidi's getting up there with 175 cards. Well done. That's amazing stuff, guys. For our leaders this week, let's congratulate Smurf Murphy with a dancing bird. I think it's chair dancing, but we just can't see the chair. Jackie Jackpot Muller with 192 cards. Ready for some winter time. Kathy Herring from Wisconsin. Cute card and 195.
Oh, yeah.
5K now, 6K Luone. It's our birthday month. 198 cards.
Yes.
Card Monkey Jarvis, 208. Look at that cutie.
That is amazing.
Patty Beck, 226 cards. Went with the dragon. That's so fun. Well done, leading ladies. I love it. Welcome to Club 52. Wonderful work from Gretchen F. from Minnesota. 52, she got it right there on her card. Bronwyn Bent from Australia.
The little purse. That's cute.
Melanie Ells from Hanoi, Vietnam. 52 cards. Well done. Same thing, though. Club 52 welcomes you with open arms, a warm heart, but you get nothing. So there's absolutely nothing to look forward to except for bragging rights to say that you have sent in 52 cards to Craft Roulette. But I think that's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of cards.
That's a lot
like
of cards.
It's a stack.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, those people just make me go every week all parameters are doable.
Yes.
They
So
lead
creative.
us the way. Yes. And so many different styles.
Yes.
Cards that would, and I hear it a lot, and Nikki's had a cold, so she sounds a little stuffy, and hopefully she won't have a coughing fit and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah. Hope not. I'm sorry, guys, if I do. I'm trying not to clear my throat with this microphone either.
But we're okay with it, aren't we, guys? Anyway, the thing is, you see those 4 parameters, they get shaken up into all these different beautiful minds, well-kissed brains, and they come out with all these wonderful cards, and it's a treat to see how they come up with it, and it's very encouraging to those people out in this seat, at least, to go, oh yeah, we can do this. We can do whatever the wheel gives us, and I think the wheel knows that too.
Yeah.
So, are you feeling inspired?
I'm feeling inspired.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. Did you see some cards you've never seen anything like before?
Yes, I did. I was really floored by the ones that are number-shaped cards. I have not ever seen anybody do that 52, and there was one that was 100. I've never seen anybody do that with numbers, and it looks amazing.
Well, there's the Kamado effect that goes on here, and the Kamado effect started when Kristen Maturano made her own congratulations card for Club 52. And so it's kind of caught on. And so when we get to Club 52 or whatever, people are making their own congratulations cards because they don't get anything from us.
Okay, gotcha.
So I know, it's very clever, though. It's true. Yeah. It's true. Well, I think you guys did great last week. I think we should find out where we're going to go this week. So let's bring on the parameters.
Okay.
There they are. Yeah, I know. We're going to just be fine. The first thing, I say that and watch me make just a dog of a card. The first thing we do is vote off a couple of those those parameters. We call them vetoes. It means that the wheel can't make us make those vetoed items. If we land on a vetoed item, we will spin again. It doesn't mean that you can't use those vetoed items usually. But what did Mr. Wheel vote on, or what did our members vote to veto this week in projects? A2, tri-panel card, baby card, or for a nerd or nerdy. I don't want the nerdy card, so we will take that off of the wheel for this week. You can make a card for a nerdy person. It just doesn't mean that we all have to make that card for the nerdy person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
4 colors. What did the members vote for? Picnic colors, Hawaiian shirt, hot, or treasure chest? Hot. I think I saw somebody say, we just got done with summer here. We don't want hot. We're done with it. So I think that's some wisdom right there. So well done. That one's off the wheel. For element, what would we like to vote off, members? Best friends rhymes with eek, plates and bowls, or festival. Plates and or bowls is off with 49%. That's pretty strong representation.
Yeah.
You're okay with that?
Yes. I'm so happy with that. I do not have any plates or bowls.
You just never know where we're going to go with that, though. You just never know. So we will get it maybe someday. So we'll see. Maybe you'll be back and you'll get it. Sometimes it's hard to hide from a parameter.
Yeah, I know.
For random, what did the members vote off? Crinkle inkle, half and half, add a doodle, or ridges. No ridges for these folks this week. That doesn't mean that you can't eat ruffles with ridges while you're making your card. You can. But Mr. Wheel cannot make us do ridges. So, this is your chance. Would you like to veto something?
Yes, I would definitely like to veto. Believe it's number 17. It's the pun.
Pun. Hat trick. Yeah. She's taking your pun off. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't add a pun sentiment or something like that. It just means that the wheel can't make it mandatory. So if we land on pun, we'll spin again. But then, now that we know you don't like puns, so you're kind of like, this is how life, black and white?
Yeah, I am.
No monkey business with the words.
I don't have a ton of I don't know, if I'm already trying to create a card on the spot with you, and I just didn't want to have to try to think of what the wording was either.
There you go. Take off some of the pressure.
I thought
I
I'm
like
going to put all my effort into the colors and the rest of the building of the card.
I like it. That's good strategy.
Yeah.
It is. You told me you had been preparing for 2 hours yesterday, so
Yes.
as a nurse practitioner, it was kind of like getting ready for boards or something, right?
I am a little type A, so I took every single parameter and looked through what I have. I don't have any type of like electronic system, so I just made a huge mess on the floor. I'm sure I'll put some pictures on social media of it because it was a mess, but I just wanted to feel like I had a starting point based on what you called. I know I'm going to need some help from the audience for sure, because this is only my second time and I know I've got to talk it through. That's how I work. So, but yes, I wanted to make sure I just generally knew what the categories were and that I had something that should work.
Yeah. You got to get comfortable so that you can be creative, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, if we end up on guest choice in every category, which has never happened, where would you put your chips? Where would you go with those guest choices?
Okay. Well,
or project?
I did make some things that I thought would be my favorite. And I think the first one is probably unlikely that it is a lot of other people's favorite, but I would like to see a card for a teenager.
I think nobody has ever wanted that. So this is a
I have 2 teens and they are hard to make cards for, but I've been upping my game on the way they talk. Things that are cool to boys. So I always love creating those. I'm a big fan of masculine cards.
That's cool.
And then I would definitely, as far as colors, I put cereal box because I thought that kind of gave us lots of options for what would work well for a card for a teenager. And then for my elements, I was looking at lift because I love to have different levels on my card. And so I thought I can easily do that with some pop-up foam or something like that and just make something a little bit more 3D. I also love like 3D embossing folders. And then number 4, I love stencils, especially on the show because they're a little easier to talk while you're doing them versus trying to stamp and color. So I'm hoping that I can get something that I can get down and get done there.
And you did a video not too long ago on stencils.
I did it. I actually have a new one today on stencil.
Oh, was it today? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It had lots of layers and kind of things that overlapping. It was cool.
Yeah.
And it
I
wasn't
like
like
all out.
It wasn't a stencil that was made to go on top of each other, was it? It was kind of like was it?
It is a layered stencil, but it wasn't like layered flowers. It was like layers of different items for like Halloween.
Yeah. It was really different. I liked it. All right. Well, I think I'm not sure if everybody would love those, but we didn't ask everybody. We asked you. And I think it would be a great stretch for some of us to try to think, what would a teenager like? Because those are kind of we do a lot for kids. We do a lot for birthdays on up, and a lot for each other. But some of us are a little seasoned, and it's been a long time since we were teenagers.
Yes, and teenagers are so hard to please, too. I think that inside they really like what you're doing, but they don't give you a whole lot of praise. So it's not as exciting to make teenagers cards, but I think it's just as important as the kids, too. They like it.
Mm-hmm. And I think Bitty Penny is doing cards for like teachers to give for teenagers and things like that. Yeah.
Nice.
So that might be another bin for that one. But well, I think we would have some fun with those parameters. I do.
Yeah.
Well done. Nicely thought out too. Let's give this guy a warm up and see what he thinks. Then we'll spin for the real thing. For project, will we get card for a teenager? JD just got home from Colorado, Allison. Number 22. Outside, inside. Okay, we are going to talk about each and every one of these, so don't worry. For colors, I'm trying to do more on the inside, so maybe that will be a good call. 22, tulip colors. Doesn't mean you have to have tulips, just means the colors. Element. I like tulip colors. Number 10. Where are we? Festival. Lots of festivals in the fall. For random, this is festival season. Number 22. Checks. Okay. We got a little bit of deciphering and figuring out, but these are okay. These are not bad. These are not bad. So the first thing we've got, inside, outside. Your first thoughts, Nicki?
Well, just doing, I mean, to me, that seems like just making sure we make sure that we put something on the inside. And I've got, like a birthday message or something. That's always really fun to do. I don't always do that to my cards, so I need to stretch a little bit there.
I know. It's sometimes easy to neglect that.
Yes. For sure.
And to go back to Betty Penny again, the first card I got from Betty Penny, I thought, wow, this is like a really fancy card on the outside. And then I opened it up, and it was a party on the inside too. She had done the whole inside. It was it was just this wild expression. It was wonderful. So, I mean, there's two ends of the spectrum on how people do the inside. I leave them blank a lot of the time.
I do too.
And then use them as I want later. But so inside outside could be it could be any project that you want. Okay. It doesn't even have to be a card. It could be something it could be a canvas with a door that opens and you have an outside and you have an inside. Or that could be your window. Take on it, or a window.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And so what do we have going on here? So you could have something that is outside, but then it's inside. So, or vice versa. So it can be kind of an element parameter, but you get to choose. If you want to do an A9, you could. If you want to do a tunnel card, that might be cool too. Yeah. Or something with a pop-up. Yeah. So that you have some interaction inside.
You could do like an acetate front that you can see through. Could do an acetate card.
Or a pocket.
Yeah.
Where you put something inside.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
Or a little 3D purse or bag or something that you have something inside. Candy's coming up, candy season. Okay. So I think those are all kind of good ideas to start with. What else do we have? Anything? I love that window acetate idea.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, so if you wanted to do Halloween stuff, you could definitely do some inside-outside kind of things. Yeah. With doors and windows and So are you an A2 kind of girl?
Yes, I am.
Of course. Yes. So you can definitely A2.
Okay, good.
That takes one of the pressures off, right?
Yes.
Oh, see how easy this is?
Yes. I see the couple that I'm going to struggle with. So I'm definitely
We'll take the easy ones first then. Tulip colors. What was the first thing that popped in your head?
Pinks, reds, yellows. But I mean, really, there's so many different colors. It's kind of whatever you want to do. I kind of thought I would try to decide on the other ones and then just pick some colors that happen in nature that could work.
That's kind of how I do it. A lot of people, there are people that go from the color and then decide what their project is going to be. But
yeah, I usually decide the project, then I grab a color wheel.
Yeah, I like it.
Looking at what colors I'm going to put in there.
Yeah. Pinks, reds, yellows, and greens are safe with some blue sky. Very, very safe. But then there's also, how do you want to deal with those colors? Do you want them to be vivid? Do you want them at sunset? Do you want them to be pale and fading? So you have those kind of options too. But I think that does kind of play into what the element is going to be.
Yes.
Festival. When was the last time you went to a festival?
I don't even know. A long time ago, that's for sure.
I know. But you've been to them, right? And this is festival season.
When I think of festival too, I think of lots of colors that are the same as the tulips, it's just such a colorful thing. But yeah, I definitely want to brainstorm this one. The only thing I can really think of when I was pondering on festival is something like a banner or
I like it.
some kind of decoration that would be at a festival. But I'd love to hear some of the chat and your ideas on what else you think could be in that category.
Well, we can think, I should probably give my speech before we get too far into this one. And the speech is this. This is going, if you are new here, this may be helpful. If you've been here a while, you know what I'm going to say. But this is going to be an art project that Nicki and I are going to be making. And you are invited to play along with us. So in that case, we are always loving to see what your artistic expression is. Did you see some of those cards in the slideshow and in the parade of achievements? Those were all artistic. We didn't tell any of the people what to make, how to make it, what to use, or anything like that. We just gave them 4 parameters and said, we're throwing you in the deep end, go swim. And they did. They did. 432 of them went swimming in the deep end with no water wings. They just went for it. We're not going to be teaching you how to do anything tonight. We don't have any product that we have to use. We're just going to figure out how to fit our lives into that beautiful 4 parameters and make something of it. You can be very classic and simple. You saw some beautiful classic cards with pattern paper, stamps, sentiment, and that's about it. And then you saw some remarkable 3D, almost statue or sculptures of products too. So you can go, there's both ends of the spectrum, and there's lots of space in between. We just love to see what you come up with. So it can be very complicated. It can be very simple. We're happy. We're not judging. This is not a judged contest. We just throw it out there and say, have some fun, make something, figure something out that you hadn't ever thought of before, and share it with us. You can take it each parameter very literally and say HEY Google, so it doesn't start talking to you. Give me some tulip colors, and HEY Google or Siri may give you some palette or some different tulip palettes, and you can get some ideas from that. You can decide, even if HEY Google gives you a tulip palette, you can decide where you want to fit, what you want to pull from those palettes. You don't have to do each color that they offer, It is yours. It is what you want to do. What else do I need to say? It's going to be your artwork. We just love to have fun with you, and so that by the end of your little project, you look at it and go, I made that, and I'm really proud of it. It does need to be family friendly, so I don't blush when I see it in the gallery and talk about it on other shows. And it's all about everybody being able to do this. We've had gentlemen, we've had teenagers, we've had children, and we've had senior citizens, and everybody in between be a part of the show. It is so cool, and we're so glad for that very thing. The parameters do all need to be included as you interpret them, but they do not have to be the focal point. You can be very sneaky, or you can make them the focal point. Whatever floats your boat on these things. So, with those things said, let's figure out festivals.
Yeah.
There's been about 5,000 suggestions in the chat, so it's kind of hard to read them off, but a lot, when I hear festival, you can kind of go down the visual aspect of what are festival decorations, or you could do more of what is a subject of a festival.
A theme of a festival, like Renaissance or...
And do you really have to represent
Irish.
the whole festival visually? Does somebody have to look at the card and be like, that's a festival, or can you just take the theme from it? I think either one's fair play.
You could even have a trashy, dusty pile of dirt, because festivals are always messy.
Oh, I've been to some
with
messy festivals.
with some wrappers and different things. And then you could put a rat on it, like Templeton. Yeah. So
I saw in there a pumpkin festival too. That's kind of nice for this time of year.
Perfect.
To do
Apple
that.
festivals, Scottish festivals, chocolate.
Yeah.
There's weird festivals. There's like onion, garlic.
Oh.
It may not be weird to some people, but it's nothing I would have ever gone to.
Polka music.
Polka music, that would be good. Look through your stamps or what you may want to draw and create, and maybe you'll find something you go, Well, I've been waiting to use this accordion stamp all these years, which you could do a pun with. It could be a birthday card.
I like
Knock, knock.
the
Oh,
idea
yeah.
of balloons too. Somebody said balloons.
That's a
That's
really
always
good
fun.
one. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the cheap, easy way out, not saying that anybody's going to do this or that you're cheap or easy for doing this, but craft fairs is a, festival.
Craft fairs. So just
festivals.
the fact that you're making cards is...
It's
And a
a,
lot of card makers sell cards at craft fairs.
yeah.
So it could be a card for a craft fair.
In programming, we call that recursion when it's self-referencing.
Well, there you go. We learn something every week. Art festival. Would that be recursion?
No, not necessarily.
I didn't
But
get
if
it
you're
real
if you're
well.
just saying that I'm crafting, so it's a craft fair kind of thing, that would be it. But yeah,
Okay. Okay. Woodstock. You could have some hippies. I like it. Do you have any festivals around you in Tennessee? I would think you would.
I feel like there's like fall festivals, like with the leaves and seeing the changing leaves in the mountains. But I don't. So I was kind of thinking it would be nice to have like beautiful like leaf trees, and you could definitely make those tulip colors because they're red and
Mhm.
orange and yellow. So that's kind of a thought. I actually have a stencil that I was thinking about for that, but balloons is definitely on the top of my mind, but I got to figure out this checks because I'm not completely sure what that is, and I need to see how I could work that in.
All right. Well, checks can be an actual thing, or like you write a check. It could be
Okay.
a check that for a tab, like at a guest check, like at a cafe or something. You could actually use that as part of your paper.
Okay.
Or I have I got a card from my buddy Lena Marie one time, and it was an actual check, and it was a card she'd put hinges on it, and it said, and it was like, to my friend, you're worth $1 million, and she signed it. It was a very clever card. Checks are also a pattern.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to add a border of a pattern that had some checks, maybe some pattern paper or a stamp or even just the check mark, you can make a checkbox list.
Okay, so like a
Like, what do you need for a what do you
yeah,
need
packing
your to-go
list for a
list?
festival.
And you
okay.
can make a box of things you need to do. Yeah, things to take, things to see, things to bring.
Okay.
Checking out your festival, that's clever. Check marks, ginghams, plaids, that's good, Anne. Bank checks. Yep. Those are kind of the ways I was. Lumberjack days, they would wear check shirts. Lumberjack or flannel check type things.
Yeah.
Yep. So you could have it in a shirt.
Mhm.
Mic check. That's right. So if you had a band, that's a good one, Erica. Or you had the mic check, I could have Mr. Mike. So, boy, so here we go. Here we go, Nikki. We had nothing. Now we got too much. Now we got to bring it back in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I know generally where I'm going.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
Check cereal.
So, yeah, I think I generally know where I'm headed. Do you want me to tell you or just go gather supplies?
I want you to be comfortable and then go gather your
Okay.
supplies, and then we'll find out when you get back what you're thinking and where you think you're going to go. Spell check, I need that all the time. Checkerboard, these are some good ideas.
Hockey check.
Oh yeah, you could have a hockey
Cross-checking.
festival, ice festival. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't have any idea where I'm going to go, but we're going to figure it out. And while we go figuring, you're good? You're ready
I think
to figure?
I'm good to start getting my supplies.
I like hearing that. So while we get our supplies, we're going to let you know a few things about coming up deals like World Card Making Day. We'll be right back.
Okay.
I like it. Hi, I'm Mary Gunn.
Hi, I'm Gina Kay. Hey guys, it's May May.
Hi, I'm Michelle Lupton.
Hi, I'm Justine.
Hi, I'm Karen Burniston.
Hi, I'm Tracy from Mindless Crafting.
Hi, I'm Katrina Tarta.
Hi friends, it's Mari Clark.
Hi, I'm Carissa Wiley.
Hi, I'm Amanda Stevens.
Hi everyone, this is Libby Hickson.
Hi, I'm Cassie Trask.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing for World Card Making Day?
On Saturday, October 5th.
Saturday, October 5th.
Saturday, October 5th.
Join me.
Join me.
Join me.
And all of these lovely
people.
Right here on Craft Roulette's YouTube channel.
We'll be making cards and just enjoying World Card Making Day.
Subscribe and hit the Notify Me button so you don't miss out.
See you then.
See you then.
See you then.
See you then.
Bye now. Don't forget to Vinny the video.
You're obviously going to have to cut this down as you need it.
Hey, Cool Mary here. You might remember me from my breakthrough role, the In Review infomercial. While normal me and the special guest are gathering their supplies, let me take this opportunity to tell you about our stamp set, our die set. Whoa. Let me, Cool Mary, show you what you can do with them. Tubular. Whoa! Gnarly. Yes, you can order these off our web shop. Every purchase helps support our shows, and in return, you can be like me, Cool Mary. Yep, that World Card Making Day is 5 weeks away. And here's my second announcement. Cool Mary may be there, but that's not the announcement. World Card Making Day, we're going to do it a little differently, and we are going to be telling you the parameters before the day. Isn't that wild? I know. You may be saying, where is Mary? Mary never says the parameters. She makes us beg for these kind of things. But we're going to leak the parameters. Now, we're not leaking the parameters all at once. And we're not starting tonight. Our starting announcement is that we're going to leak the parameters on the Craft Roulette show each week leading up to the day, so that the last parameter will announce with Amanda Stevens on the night before the event. So next week I will tell you what the project parameter is. So join us. We just Mr. Producer's idea, and thought we'd just shake it up a little bit. And so, into thinking about these things, watch parties. If you know if you have some friends you want to get together and spend the day making cards for a reason or just for fun, and keep us on your television or whatever, that is a great way to spend a day. And so you will have the parameters ready to make your projects if you want to have it that way. If you have somebody, if you live near a scrapbook or a stamp store and tell them about it and they have a scrapping and stamping place, they may want to host a watch party, and then they will have the parameters at their ready so they can be prepared to help you. We're just going to try it out a little bit differently and see how it goes. And if it doesn't go well, we won't do it again. But that's okay. So that is our other second announcement. The first announcement we made earlier in the show. And I hope you like this one. I hope you don't go, oh no, I already know it's too old and it's old and I'm tired of it. I hope you like it. I think you'll find them very easy to work with, and it'll be fun. It'll just be fun. We all get to make stuff together that way. All right. All right. Well, what did I come up with for my project tonight? We've got inside and outside. So, I probably will cut a hole. And so I have part of the card inside and part of the card outside. And I am going to use for my festival a Scottish festival, because I do love a good Scottish festival with the pipes all over and throwing the big cabers and all those things. And I'm going to put a wee kilt on my wee little bear there. And that is going to be my check. So that's how I'm going to work this one together. And then he's going to have his little candy store. So the candy store will be on the front of the card, and he will be inside on the outside of the card, and he will be on the inside of the card. Aye, it will be a wee cute bonny lad. All right, so that's what I got going. Let's check in with Nicki and see if she's about ready. She's giving me the nod, so let's bring her in.
Okay, I'm gonna get this thing over here so that we can see hands too, and you hear me moving my little stand over. You see my hands okay?
Right.
Got to figure out where the middle of my spot is.
Yep.
Right there. Yeah.
Okay. So here is what I am thinking. I was looking for my tulip colors. And so I think I'm going to, my absolute favorite color on the color wheel for Catherine Pooler here, I'm going to be using her inks, is Party Dress. It's a really pretty pink, which just makes me think of tulips. So I'm going to kind of go in this order, kind of like a party dress, an orange, yellow as my colors. And I think for the festival, I really liked the idea of balloons, and I have a couple of balloon sets that I really enjoy using. So we've got an embossing folder and a stamping set here with some dies. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to create my inside out, I think I'm going to have just white on the inside with a opening, and then I'm going to color the outside with this beautiful color. And in my window, I'm going to put a couple of balloons in there too that color match all of that. So that's my general plan. We'll see how this unfolds.
Seems like a good general plan.
I'm going to start with ink blending, because when I do an embossing folder, I like to go ahead and have my base color down. So I'm going to start by ink blending the pinks and oranges and that kind of thing.
Sounds fun.
So we'll see how this turns out.
Did it come together pretty easily for you?
Well, I feel like the balloons helped me. And then I think I got it. I mean,
that's
we'll
good.
see how it turns out.
Yeah, that's all you can do. That's good. I like it.
Yeah.
So what is his wee little kilt be? I have several. I think this one may show the checks better because it's made out of kind of checked pattern. Is that going to go? Is that a go? What does the Scotsman wear under his kilt? We're not going to find out tonight. Okie doke. So,
and I know y'all were saying Make It by Marco. I love these things by Make It by Marco. This is the brush holder that I have. Just FYI. I heard their name, so they've been nice and sent me some brush holders.
That's so cool. Yeah, I've only emailed with him, and I've really appreciated his emails. He's very helpful and very thoughtful. And we're real glad to have him jump in and help us here with some prizes. He's also giving some prizes on World Card Making Day. So it's nice to have that. And Amanda Stevens was she's like the network queen for crafters. And she introduced us, so we're thankful for that. And
Is
glad
Amanda
to give away
Stevens,
some stuff.
is she Pear Blossom?
She sure is.
Okay, that's what I thought. She's really innovative.
She is very much so, yeah. She very much so is.
She's not in chat, so we can talk about her.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Okay,
She's
so
usually
I'm
here.
trying to watch the chat to see what people have decided they're doing with their festivals.
She is our co-host on, it was her idea to do World Card Making Day with us, and so she's our co-host too. So we get to spend all day with her.
Awesome.
It's such a nice thing. All right. And they always have candy, little vendors. That was another thing I thought for this. They always have vendors at festivals.
Yeah.
Because calories don't count at festivals.
Yeah.
Right?
All kinds of candy. You could do like a Halloween candy one too. It could be like all those little sets that have Halloween candy. I just did something with that recently. That would be very cute.
You can do all sorts of... Actually, this will be one of those... Tall, last week, it was kind of a, whoa, what do you do with tall? This one will be another one of those, let's see what you guys come up with, because there's going to be so many different ways to do it. Oktoberfest, of course. Lemonade, yes. All those things. There's just going to be a lot of variety, and which makes for a super duper fun gallery.
It does.
And there are tulip festivals, too.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, I just I lived for a short period of time in Iowa, and they have a huge tulip festival. Now I'm back in the South, so we only have tulips for just a very short period of time, and then the heat kills them.
Yeah. I think we're going to go. They're too hard to work with sometimes. So you're kind of getting to use what you wanted, right?
Yes. I'm not doing a stencil, but I wanted to do some embossing too. I thought that'd be good. And then I found some possible check stuff. I may have to go look a little bit different, but I found some like pattern paper that I think could work. I might put that on like the inside little edge. So I think so.
Is it easier this second time? Are you feeling?
It is easier this time.
I love it.
I will say my heartbeat isn't so loud that I can't hear you like it was last time.
Oh no!
Last time I was nervous. Woo-wee. And I got thrown by the categories a little bit.
Well, you just never know. And sometimes like you get them and you go, bingo, I got it. No stopping me. I can do this. I've been living for this minute to make these parameters. That's not the usual case. Usually it's a little more like, well, I'm getting thrown all over the place like a ship in a storm. But then pretty soon you come to a safe anchor.
Yes.
And you realize you really are in a safe place. How are you going to mess it up really seriously?
Yeah, and
you really can't.
With balloons, this could be for a teenage girl. My boys would not like these colors, but this would be a great card for a teenage girl too, because I'm going to make a birthday card. So I kind of sort of got my wish too.
You did. Yeah, you can kind of twist your way into these wishes sometimes, but still, it's still there.
Yep. I saw somebody said something about a cash register. I was like, that would be cute if you had a cash register stamp. That would be your little checks.
Gosh. Yeah.
It's hard to read those as fast as everybody's chatterboxing.
They're busy. But, if you had a mixed media bend to you, or you wanted one of those guest checks would be a really great paper to work with.
You could do checks and balances.
Good. Yeah. There's so many things. So I'm think checks was okay. starting
Yes.
to feel better. By
Yes.
the way, I heard on the radio today, and I know you guys are some Hallmark fans around here. The Hallmark Christmas special that is going to be set in Kansas City with a certain football team that did win last night is November 30th. So I will be buying the Hallmark channel on November 29th for the season. So I can watch the Kansas City one. And I think that's very exciting. I've been waiting to find out when it was.
Hallmark is headquartered in Kansas City, so if
yes,
people don't know that.
This, and then with Craft Roulette being here too, this is the card capital of the world.
Yes.
Unknown to most people. But yeah, they have been here forever. I don't think they started here. What was the guy's name? What's that guy's name? He does... Oh, somebody's going to have to help me with this. He's a YouTube guy and does cards. Ralph Tyndale?
Yeah, Ralph Tyndale. Is he in Kansas City?
No, but he did a most interesting little piece on the history of Hallmark.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It was almost like kind of Max Miller does food with history, and I really liked it. Really, really liked it.
That's Tasting History on YouTube. Great channel.
It is a great channel. But he did talk about how Hallmark came to be and such. And I used to paint with some Hallmark artists. So, you've been doing YouTube for about a year now. Since I've seen you.
Actually a little bit longer than that, but yes.
Since,
probably about 4 years, I think, 3 to 4 years. So that's good. It's always, learning new things and just trying to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So
you've done well.
Thank you. I've had fun for sure.
And for those who have not seen your channel, what kind of things could they expect to see?
So I do all kinds of things. I do a little bit of mixed media, but most of it I do is just making cards and lots of different technique videos. I love going live and showing you new products. I love organizing my craft room. So a lot of times I'll do some craft room tours, but I'm on there every week doing something. Since I am on design teams, I'm always got the newest products and showing those off too. So just trying to give people ideas and inspiration to keep on keeping on.
Mm-hmm.
Making some cards. They don't necessarily have to buy anything, but it's one of those things where I'm just showing what's available and other ways you can use it or things you could use in your stash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it kind of what you thought you would be doing 4 years ago?
Where I thought I'd be?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know how you don't know what you're getting into for sure. I had no idea that this would be probably more than a full-time job. I'm amazed at how much time it takes. And I know that if you're not on this side of it, you don't really see that as much. But I mean, it could take every waking minute and you still are feeling like you're not, you're not keeping up with everyone because, it's just one person doing it. So it can be a little crazy, but I've met the best people. I've had so much fun with that. And I just really like growing and just continuing to discover new things and new ways to do things. I am one of those people who loves to I'm not an engineer, but I do love to come up with new ways to do the same old thing. I have my own twist on it. So I love doing that. Okay, I'm going to cut my window out here.
Just doing fine.
Yeah.
Do you have more administrative things than you thought you would do?
Yes,
Or
I have
yeah.
way more administrative things than I thought I would have. Just trying to keep up with like Instagram. I feel like to be a YouTuber, you also need to do that. And I mean, that takes me at least, I bet, an hour a day, if not more, because you're just having to come up with something to post. You need to be on there. It just kind of sucks your time a little bit, you know? I love seeing all the inspiration, but sometimes it's a hard balance between your family life and being available to everybody else as well. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it, and
Good. You don't get calls in the middle of the night, though, to have to
No,
go
I don't
deliver
get
a
calls.
baby
I
or
don't have to go
anything.
into a birth or anything like that in the middle of the night. So I get all my sleep. That's good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Are you one of these people that dream about cards?
Yes.
Yes,
I do. 100%. I do. I mean, sometimes to the point I have to like sketch it out or something if I'm going to go to bed, because I have to get it down so that I don't forget, especially if I'm doing a series and I want to do a lot of different ways to use something. My husband always says, it's like I'm daydreaming. He says, sometimes I'm just talking to you and you're completely somewhere else. Well, I'm just sketching out cards in my head. That's what I'm doing.
That's pretty good. That's great.
Yeah. But yeah, my kids have actually been more supportive than I thought they would be. You know, teenage boys can get very embarrassed.
Yeah.
But they actually like really love that I'm working on a dream I had and making it happen, and they see how hard I'm working, and they're really proud. So I like that.
Nicki's YouTube is linked in the video description and in the title. So if you want to go check her out, you can do that pretty easily.
Yes.
We aren't hiding her at all. We're not keeping her to ourselves.
Yes, and my name is spelled weird. I'm an Nicki. That's a long story. My mom had a friend that she named me after, and just, you know, spelled it very different than the usual. Oh, look at how beautiful that looks.
Well, you know, Oprah was that way. Her she was actually supposed to, I read this, I don't know. Her name was supposed to be Orpah, which is a biblical name, but they put it on her birth certificate or something wrong. And so she became Oprah.
Interesting.
It's an Old
met
Testament
Oprah's dad.
name. Oh, you did?
Yeah, he was, since I'm from Nashville, he was a councilman in Nashville.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, I never got to meet her. Now that would be a story. That would be amazing. I'd be telling everybody about that one.
Yeah, I'd put it on. Definitely worth a blog. And you also are an active blogger.
Yes. I mean, I do all the things: Pinterest, blogging, Instagram, YouTube, a little bit of TikTok. I'm trying to let that one go.
Yeah, you got to give it. You can't do everything, I don't think.
Yeah.
Not on your own. Some people have
you kind of just see which ones do well, and then you go from there.
Yeah. You spend all your days doing social media.
Yeah. I'm going to cut this.
I often think in the morning, I'll go, okay, I'm only going to look at this now. And then when I eat my lunch, and then in the evening, but it never happens that way.
Right. That's what it definitely, I try to make myself a time as well, you know, like I can only look at it at 11, 9, and whatever. And then a lot of people are really active on it at night. So I try to a little bit, but I just can't get away with it, because to me, it feels like every time I look at my phone, I'm taken away from being with the kids. You know, they just think your phone is more important. And so even if I'm trying to do a quick check, I try not to do too much at night.
That's smart.
I can't say that I always follow through with that, but I try. Okay, so I've got my window. I'm going to do window. I'm trying to read the chat a little bit, but it's very long.
I haven't looked lately. I always just put my head down. I can't be in both places very easily, or I might cut myself.
I'm watching, so you guys can't get away with anything.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, I figured Mr. Producer would tell us if there was a big question or something we needed to know.
And you went to Create last year.
I did.
How was that? Was that totally fun?
I love it. I wish there were more in-person events, you know. It is so fun to go, and like I got to eat lunch with, you know, Charlene and Madrid, and we just like, it's people that we know virtually, and it's so exciting to see them in a different situation, you know, just really fun. So I really enjoy it. It's crazy. It's crowded. You know, if you're going to try to not be in a crowd, then that's probably not your best place to go. But it is, I mean, it's so fun.
That's so good that you got to go. Was that your first one?
No, that was actually my second one.
Okay.
And so, and I've always loved Simon Says Stamp. They have a great crew, great design team that's always been very inspiring to me. So it's really cool to see people, and you get to take classes from Jennifer McGuire and Gina Kay, and just put faces and kind of get to know some people better. And it's, in a way, it's a little bit like a fan. I mean, like, those are the people that I'm like so excited to see. I think I'd be more excited to see them than like an actor from Hollywood. It's just like,
yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Would you cross the street for an actor or Gina Kay? Let's face it.
Gina Kay,
I don't even think I'd know I don't even think I'd
goodness.
know an actor if I saw one.
She is the teeniest little thing, and she is precious. I mean, just like, I want to take her home with me and be like, will you just be my mom, because you are adorable. And this year, the first time I got to meet Tim Holtz, and he was just so nice. I don't know if he had any idea who I was or that I did YouTube or anything like that, but it's just really cool to be like, oh my goodness, I see him on lives and things all the time, and here he is.
In 3D.
Yeah,
3D and real color.
Yeah.
Nice. Will you get to go again, you think?
My goal is to go every year if I can. It's hard, they have a limited space and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So it just kind of depends on if I catch it fast enough and get to go. I did do a guest design spot for the first time ever. You have these goals when you start out as a YouTuber and in the crafty world. And one of my goals was to be on the Simon Says Stamp channel. And that happened last month for the first time ever.
Congratulations.
So, you got to celebrate the little wins. It's just so exciting.
No, that's a big win. That's really good.
Yeah. So I was really, really excited about that, and had a lot of fun with that.
That's super. Congratulations. Yeah. What do you have next in your goal life?
Oh, my goal life is, I have a lot. I mean, of course, to get further on YouTube with more subscribers, but I would love to become more regular on Simon Says Stamp. I'd love to participate in some of these big workshops that, Jennifer McGuire and Gina Kay and all those people do. That'd be so fun. I just love, I love it all. I just want to continue to grow, like I said, I've got a lot of encouragement from my kids, my husband. They're really impressed with how I've done so far. And it's good. It's a fun hobby. It makes people happy.
Right.
And it's useful too. You can send cards to people who need them and cheer somebody's up,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is. It's a very selfish, selfless kind of thing.
Yeah. It's rewarding, and I also just love creating. So I should have done these little.
Okay, Mr. Bear. I know your checks don't go together, but sometimes that just happens in life. You don't have to be all matchy-matchy, fit in the sitch. Okay.
I think my...
Oh, those are pretty checks. I love black
I
and
know.
white
I think I'm going to
checks.
put this on the inside and put this on the outside so that you open it up and you get that little flash of excitement. I thought about making this the little balloon threads too, but I don't think I'm going to see a whole lot of those.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, this little guy doesn't have a kilt on, but he could. Little wee kilt.
I think the plan for the card drive is when we get all the cards, we'll package them up together and send them in big packages.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to worry about extra postage or anything. We'll take care of that.
And I sent a card today to tell her, because I don't know this child or the family, but Russ, our son, that you guys know in the chatterbox, his girl is friends with the dad. And so that's how we got started with this. And she was telling me about him last night and then shared that the little post about how the little girl's birthday's coming up and she loves cards. So I was like, yeah, I got a few friends I think that will help. So I wrote to her today and said, you may be getting some cards. So
I think you have a few that are going to help for sure.
I got a hunch that we'll have a few. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. She's going to be so excited.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that it's something we can continue. It's not like you have to do it today, but you can do it today and then we just keep their privacy and whatnot. We're going to just work through us.
Yeah. That's a good plan. I like sharing card making too with kids. So since I have two boys, you would think that they wouldn't want to like be card makers, but I have one who really loves it. He doesn't want me to tell anybody else that he loves it, but
nobody's here. Just
but he really likes doing it. And so we make cards for, everything. We make Father's Day cards and Mother's Day cards and all that. And then I decided to, I'm in charge of some of the mission type stuff that the school does. And so we made like 140 cards. The 6th, 7th, and 8th graders made 140 cards for these veterans so that they all had a birthday card on their birthday at the veterans home.
That's real good.
There's just really cool things like my supplies in here. You may be like, oh my goodness, it's excessive. But when you get to do something like make 140 cards because you have so many supplies,
right.
It's not like we're wasting these things. Nothing in here goes to waste.
It's a selfless thing. It is. Yeah. Well, that's
I had a lot of fun doing it. Yeah, and even the boys, they may not act like they liked it, but I could tell they were smiling.
They still have that moment where they made it and go, yeah, I love it. I made something. It's good.
Yeah. So did you say Catherine Pooler is next week?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. She's
been on
she's
for
amazing.
A year. We're looking for she and Erica were on last year and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I've learned a lot of card making techniques from her.
Okay.
Especially with solid, she's given me a lot of ideas for like solid stamps like I'm doing right now where you can use your brushes on these. I was not getting great results and I used to like just steer away from them because I felt like I was just making big blotchy messes. And she has she just like ink blends on her stamps. And so I do that all the time now and I just love how it looks. It takes a little bit longer.
She's our ink sponsor here on Craft Roulette.
Yeah. Well, I'm using all her inks right now to make us some tulip colors.
I love that she has a color wheel with her colors.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that
I think that's another thing too, that she really helps you think about it in a different way. I always kind of use something, but having actual colors on that wheel really has helped me put together color combinations that I wasn't quite sure of before. I feel like I've gotten a lot more confidence in my colors because of that.
Yeah, I like that.
So,
yeah, kind kind of take the mystique out of color combinations. I think she's good at that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure that comes
Empowering,
naturally to some people, but to me, it was a little bit of a struggle, and you can definitely tell, like, if somebody's good at color coordinating, they are just, their cards look amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's pretty good. I'm glad for all that. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she'll be fun to have.
Mhm.
They were silly. They're silly. That's what
Yeah.
they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
100% silly girls. I didn't know her before, and so it was kind of like like you. I didn't know you before, and so
Yeah.
I'm like, well, let's see how we go.
Yes.
It's usually quite
That's one of the
lovely.
most fun things about this industry is like getting to know different people, and you know, we all share a love for the same thing and for helping people and sending our cards out to them, and it's just really fun to get to interact with them too. So
Yeah, well, it's
crew
like
is nice at doing that.
getting to go to art class every day.
I know.
Unless you're horrified by art class, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's great. Great fun. By the time I got my senior year in high school, I was taking 3 hours of art. So
Wow.
Yeah.
See, and I'm just like the opposite. I didn't really think. I mean, I kind of liked it okay, and I like to cross stitch and do those kinds of things. But I was, you know, a science major, so
right.
I didn't get a whole lot of art in school.
No,
I just like to
not.
play with it in my free
You were
time.
doing more useful things.
Well, not necessarily. It was just a different. They're kind of a little bit mutually exclusive if you're gonna, you don't get to do the art as much when you're doing that kind of degree.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Yeah. I'm glad I get to do it now. I wish I'd discovered how wonderful it is before.
Oh, me too.
Mhm.
Glad you're doing it.
Yeah.
So do you remember when people first started saying, "Oh man, thank you for the tips" and things like that?
Yeah, I do.
You remember that?
Yeah, and you know, you always remember the bad things, but you've got to also remember that like people are super kind. I had the nicest comment today, and I cannot remember her name, but I just told her, I was like, that is like the nicest comment I've had in so long. And it just, you know, there's like real people behind this who are so happy when you tell them what you do like, or what part of their videos, you know, you are encouraging, because it helps us, one, to make content that's better, but also it just, you know, helps keep us from getting burnt out. You know, you get a couple of, you get some encouragement and you're like, okay, I can keep doing this. I know I've already worked 40 hours this week of card making, but I'm going to make another video because those people want one.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm sure you know how that is. It's a lot of work, but
we have the nicest people.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was telling you before the show, I had read a comment on somewhere that said, that host just never shuts up. She just talks all the time. And I wrote back, and I thought, you know, and I was thinking about it, I was going, well, she's right. I talk all the time on these shows. Yeah. But it's kind of how you do. But she was right. And so I did, you know, I did kind of have to take a minute and say, well, am I talking too much?
Yeah. And it's hard when, you know, the comments you don't see a person. So sometimes it seems like it's coming across quite harsh when somebody's just trying to tell you something. I had one the other day. They were upset about me ink blending. So I'm right-handed and I have my camera set up over to this side. And so when I ink blend, I usually put my ink over here. So that means I have to reach across to get the ink and do this. And they were like, well, can you not ink blend, you know, where you're not reaching across your project? And so I've tried. Sometimes you can't, you know, sometimes it just doesn't quite work right. But I've tried to take that recommendation and use it, you know, like I'm going to do my best, but just know that I'm the one creating and I'm doing the best I can, and everything
sometimes
I'm doing
you do have habits that are hard to,
Yeah, yeah.
So
and-
when you set
and-
up your craft room, speaking of things like that, do you have around you like a little area of things that you always grab?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. And you haven't noticed, I definitely stand up. So I'm at a stand-up desk. So it's at my waist height, which means it doesn't have any drawers or anything, but I've got some like carts and things that I slide under that I can keep all of my really handy stuff close to me. But I am a mover, so I probably still could get a little more efficient with that. I tend to just move around to keep myself entertained, I guess.
You're probably better for calorie burning.
My husband says he says I don't sit still until 11 p.m. I'm still from 11 p.m. to 8 or to 7 or something like that. And that's about it. So, well, I just like to be moving.
Moving and grooving.
Yeah.
This is going to work.
Trying to see what yours. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is adorable. What
We've
size
got
card is that?
He's got a wee kilt on.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. It is just whatever ended up being.
Oh, okay.
It is a little little over 3.5.
Yeah, you're so good at those 3D cards.
By 3.5.
Yeah.
Wondering if I want color in the background. Look at yours. I like yours.
Thank you.
So do you line those up so they match or no?
Yeah.
They're not. Yeah?
Yeah. I made it that this is my window. I'm still going to put something on the inside of the card. But I'm one of those people who makes the fronts of cards, and I rarely actually put it together until it's time to send it. So I tend to store my cards like this. So actually using an inside and outside of a card is unusual for me. That's part of the reason I don't do a whole lot with them, because it's easier to store just a front of a card and then put it on the card base when I'm ready to send it.
Yeah. I leave mine open usually too. I should put some haggis on there. Oh, I don't know that haggis is real pretty. Oh, I should put some haggis.
Haggis could be his name.
There you go. When we were expecting our firstborn, what did we call? Oh, we called him Hamish. And before he was born, and our family was like, "No, don't call him Hamish. That's too Scottish." And now I kind of wish, but it was okay. But yeah, haggis would be Haggis the Horrible.
Did you call him that just because of a nickname, or because you kind of made up a fake name so that you didn't have to?
It's a Scottish name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Hamish is.
Hamish is. And haggis is a Scottish dish. It's made out of oatmeal and innards, and it's stuffed in a bladder. Is it stuffed
Stomach.
in a bladder? Stomach, and then boiled.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
That is very cool. I mean, I don't know that I'd want to eat it, but that sounds really cool.
I think it's spicy.
Okay. I'm sure if they love it, it's delicious.
It's a national tradition. I don't know that people actually eat a lot of it. I don't know.
Oh, okay, cool.
Rachel, can you help us? We have a contributor from the Shetland Islands. She can enlighten us. I've only gone to Scottish festivals. So.
Yeah, I've never been to Scotland. It's on my list.
Yeah.
Everything's on my list, though.
No.
You do seem like someone that would have a gigantic list.
I have a gigantic list. I do. It's one of those things. I love traveling, and we've been trying to see like all the states for the kids.
Oh, fun.
So we've been doing these we call them the Griswold family vacations, where we just get in the car and drive forever. And it's really a fun way. Like I thought that my teenagers would be too cranky for that, but it really has been some of our best vacations. I thought being trapped in the car would be bad, but it has actually been so nice. I really liked it.
Very nice. That's a good thing to have memories of.
It is. We did the whole Pacific Northwest this year.
Oh wow!
It was quite an adventure.
Did you see Charlene up there?
So we packed in way too much stuff to stop. Like we were going to try to see cat scrappiness and all these things. And you're on a family vacation with I've got 3 other people in my family, and they were like, "We are not making this into a card making adventure, Mom. Like we've got to be places, and every place is like 4 hours away. So we did not make any stops. We were gonna talk to. There's several crafters out there in the Seattle area that we wanted to see, but I wanted to see, but just couldn't make it happen with 2 teenage boys, so we just left it
at. Maybe that's why they enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They would have been mad if I.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna put a little strip for my checks here.
Okay, so one of our traditions here at Craft Roulette, which isn't very old, is when I say JD, it's time to eat some chocolate. And you guys in the chatter box are asking, what is my grandson's name? How old is he? You're asking all these questions about him, so you are wanting some chocolate. So JD, JD, JD. You nuts. With nuts, JD with salted peanuts. Now they're happier. It's the honor system, I guess. They don't. Oops, I got quite a bit of glue on that. I guess they're not eating their chocolate without being prompted. Very honorable. There's the chocolate bars in the emoticons. You guys are nuts. I do have a couple questions now that we've just been catching up, which I've enjoyed a lot. What are they? Some of your Philip Barton always likes to know favorite cards. Do you have one, or you just love them all, or
my favorite card that I've made?
Yeah.
I think my favorite cards have been snowflake cards. I know that seems strange, but I have a few snowflake cards from last year using some embossing folders that are my fave. I did one with some pink snowflakes, and I did one with some beautiful like blue and silvers. And they just look so, I don't know if they're as impressive on camera, but man, they look so pretty that it's hard for me to let go of them. I actually had somebody who wanted to buy one of them, and I was like, okay, I'll let you buy it. But it was a little hard to part, but she loved it so much. She was like, yes, let me have it. So I gave it to someone who's really supportive of me, Patty.
That's so nice. Yeah, they can be very beautiful, and with all the shimmer and everything that you can use metallics and the snowflakes themselves, the stamps are so elaborate.
Yeah, I think that's what I like too, is that you can do so much with one of those sets. You can make every card you make could be completely different depending on how you arrange the snowflakes. So I love those possibilities. But I definitely love anything that glitters. So when you get the option to do that, that's always exciting.
Yeah.
I don't get to use much glitter with masculine cards, so
no.
Yeah, but
those
are some of my favorites. Yeah. Do I have a dog?
You have a dog?
Yes, I have 2 dogs.
Are they boys too?
No, 1 boy, 1 girl.
See, you at least got a little girl stuff going on there.
Yeah.
With your lady dog.
I always laugh because, my job was to work in women's health as And so I always laugh that, and I had sister growing up, you know, and I was like, I know nothing about boys. And my sister's like, oh no, you're going to have boys. I said,
Oh
no,
no.
I know nothing. So it's been a nice learning experience.
They are different kind of fellas. But,
They are.
you know, it's
I've
good.
learned to appreciate them even more,
Yeah.
really.
Right.
They are precious.
Are they athletic or are they busy in sports or?
I have one who's super academic,
Mhm.
and does a lot of that. And then I have one who, well, both of them are very good at school, but one of them is a really good hockey player. And
Nice.
the other one likes hockey, but he just refs. So he's played hockey, but his job as a teenager is to be a ref. And that suits his personality really well. But yeah, so weird thing since we're not in a cold place to be hockey, but just kind of came about it and they loved
It's a
it.
good sport. It's a great sport.
Mm-hmm.
So you are a
Yeah.
hockey mom. Do you have a cowbell?
No, you know, I'm like one of those, like, I cannot handle. I think that's why I like the solitude of my craft room is, you know, there's too much noise in my house anyway with barking dogs and kids running around. It's so nice to just go somewhere. Like, I don't want to make extra noise.
So you don't pound on the glass?
I do sometimes, but most of the time I'm like in a stand, so I don't have to pound on it.
All right, I got a serious question here from Lori
Okay.
Regal, PhD. It's to Nicki. It's
Yeah.
I just switched from Sizzix Big Shot to Spellbinders Platinum. It came with multiple plates, including a blue plate and a brown rubbery plate. But the sandwich recipe says I need an embossing plate.
Yes.
Looking online, I can only find a set with all plates, not just an embossing plate. I tried the rubber one, and it doesn't quite fit. So I shim. She's sending them multiple messages, so I'm trying to keep up.
Okay, I'm going to hold it up for her. This is the plate that you need, and unfortunately, I don't think they sell them separately, which means you have to get a sandwich of plates. Here's what I'll say about that. I would just buy the sandwich of plates because it's going to make your life easier, and because you always need more cutting plates. So it comes with like, look at how bent my cutting plates get. So you always like bend and warp your cutting plates. So you're going to get 2 of those. You're going to get this part of the sandwich. And I messed this part up too. So I would consider investing in the plates. I think it's going to be easier for you. You can also fold paper up and just try to make up the space. You'll just have to play with it and you'll have to ruin some to see what you want to do. But just fold a piece of paper in with your brown one that you already have if it fits through the machine. If it doesn't fit through the machine, you're not going to get much use out of it. But you can do the same thing with the cutting plates. You can put an embossing folder on it and put like different, what they call shims, or just different pieces of paper on top to create that sandwich or that squishing of the embossing folder. I've also heard people do things like rolling pins with their embossing folders and that they have success with that
too. Yeah, just recently.
Yeah.
I
I've
don't know how
never
hard you have
tried
to do
it, but
that.
it seems like a cool idea.
Well, they used to use all sorts of stuff for embossing.
Yeah.
Used to be standing on something. Yep, that was good.
Ellen Jarvis says, every time I use a rubbery plate, I break my machine. I believe her, and I believe she's bought probably hundreds of machines.
Oh, man. Yeah, they're expensive. You don't want to ruin your machine. I know the plates are expensive too, but there's something to be said for having the ones that work because you're not constantly messing with it and trying to figure out how it fits. Whereas those Spellbinders plates, they're made for, I think almost every embossing folder I have will go through it. Sometimes the Simon Says stamp ones are a little bit thicker and you have to adjust it, but that's the only one I've ever had to adjust the Platinum Spellbinders for.
And if you have something that works, you're going to use it more. That's not hard.
You'll just,
if it's hard or if it doesn't work, you're not going to use it. And you want to use it.
Okay.
At least I think you do. That's why you bought it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't use my embossing very often.
I love ink blending in general, and so embossing folders are a great way to ink blend. And they've just really and it's also, like I said, kind of with that like science background, I like to experiment. And so I experiment all the time with embossing folders to find like new things and ways, and it's a fun thing that you can do lots of stuff with. So I like it.
I think this is a weird little card, and I like it.
I like your card.
Thank you. It's goofy. Inside, outside, I got it. And not only that, I have it double. Just to make sure that I have it. And so I have it on a card. So there's a little scene. I like that. If you are just tuning in to us and know what's going on, this is Craft Roulette episode 231. We have been spending a most delightful evening with Nicki Baxley from Nicki Hearts Cards. And she's finishing up her project using the same 4 parameters that I used, and my project is a whole lot different than hers. We had a project calling for the element or the parameters of inside, outside, or outside, inside. Color is tulips. Element was festival. I went with a Scottish festival, and you know, at festivals there's always candy things to buy. So I went with a little vendor. And checks. And so I went with the checks. Where is it? This is complicated. For his background, a plaid check and a wee little kilt on my Mr. Bear. And I also double dipped on that one to make sure that it's all covered. I put little check marks around in the border. So as a little design element. And I'm pretty sure he's paying with a check. So there you go.
He doesn't know what a check is.
I should make one for him.
Well,
this guy has his handout too. He could have his candy, his bill. That's a check. Yes, we can do these things. Because we making a little project, and you are all invited to play along, and we will be telling you here just in a few minutes how to do that.
Yep, and the cards have been flowing in already. They pop up on the screen.
I thought I had seen a couple already. Are they using some pretty fun things for their checks and all that, I bet?
Yeah, I'd like to see what people are doing for their checks.
Well, the gallery is already open, so when you get off tonight, you can already go see what's in the gallery.
Yeah.
There, he's going to have a check in his hand, too. We've got so many checks around here, you'd think we were in Czechoslovakia. But we're not, where they make pucks. Do they still make pucks, hockey pucks in Czechoslovakia? Is that where they make them?
That's where all the ones I had said on the side.
Yeah.
And the old ones
I forgot Mr. Producer was a hockey player.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think we might have discovered that last time. I cannot remember.
It seems a little familiar, but it's been a while. I've slept it.
Yeah. You've slept.
Yeah. I'm a good sleeper. I'm a real good sleeper, Nicki.
I played long enough ago that there were both Czech Republic and Czechoslovakia hockey pucks, but yeah, they made them all over there.
It's so funny.
Ooh,
Do you still play, Mr. Producer?
No.
No.
It gets rough when they go to.
I know. When you get to be an adult, it gets a little rougher.
They're mean.
We have some good leagues around here that are not too bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chatterbox, I hope you've been having a good evening. I look forward to seeing what you are all chatting about. I really am looking forward to seeing what your discussion was, because I think you guys had oodles of ideas for these parameters. You is so smart.
So to submit, you just use our website. If you use the submit command, it'll give you a link. Just take a picture on your phone and upload it.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy. Okay.
Were you a mom that was very involved with school, and are you still?
Yes, I mean, I tend to do more like our school has a lot of like missions and stuff, and so I do a lot of like like the cards, our angel tree things. I love I like moving, so I like doing things. I'm not necessarily going to go sit in a class with kids. One, because my kids get embarrassed, but I like moving and doing things like that. So
that's good.
I'm trying to get the angel tree going this year again too.
Oh, that's good. A couple people wondered about creative funks and when you have a downtime in your creativity, what kind of things
Well,
get you
I
started?
figured out that when my creativity is down in general, it's because I'm too stressed. So a lot of times I take a day or I take a few hours and just say, you know what, I'm not doing anything creative. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to do whatever. And then a lot of times just ink blending or just putting colors together like on paper mindlessly really gets me going. So sometimes I'll come in and just I'm like, okay, well, let's look at the color wheel and let's put a few colors down and just see how these look ink blended. Even ink blending like a try like this, like where you got the pink and the orange and yellow. I mean, there's so many possibilities of what you can even do with that panel. So a lot of times that helps. But stress is definitely hard on your creativity for sure.
It is.
And so if you can just give yourself some downtime, most of the time your mind starts wandering. At least mine does. It starts wandering and thinking about making cards again. So
what's that moment that makes you just go, I got to go try that?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just get such an idea. You're like, I have got to go write this down or I'm going to forget. And a lot of times I'll do that with colors too. Like I'll know that colors go together, but I've never tried ink blending this specific pattern of this type of, ink with this. And sometimes you just come up with the coolest things. Like this year, I really played with Halloween colors, which is not my typical ink blending colors. And I was just in awe. I was like, this could be so many different things. And it's amazing. I ended up using it as a spider web, like an embossing folder over the ink blending, but it was so much fun. And then I also did one that was like a moon and just a cool color sky. So colors get me. I love colors. They really
do. You like rich colors.
Yes.
Really, with lots of contrast, as I recall.
Yes, a lot of contrast. I tried to do that with this card.
But it's yeah. When you're ink blending and you want a good blend, contrast is not always your friend.
Correct. Correct.
Well, I think you are getting it done. So let's make sure that we've got those parameters in line. So your outside inside is you actually did something on the inside, which is not your norm. So that's good.
I decided I'd use this cute little birthday stamp, and then I did my checks right there.
So you got that covered. Do you like that, how that turned out? I think it's really cute.
I do.
You got all those sweet
I
colors
think I
on
could
the
probably
outside.
put the checks on the front and make a cool little pattern too.
It would, but I kind of like it as a surprise on the inside.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's different. I like it.
Yeah.
And then you've got tulip colors. I think that's pretty easy to understand. You've got the yellow, orange, and pink. Very, very pretty. And festival. Who doesn't get a balloon from a festival, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you get it to the car and inside the car before it floats away.
Where the kids are crying because they lost their balloon.
Oh, that's always sad when you're at a place like that and you see one float out and go, oh, that's not going to be a happy story right now. Yeah.
No, it's so sad.
But yours are safely secured on a card, so it's all okay.
Yes.
Well,
And I
you
figured
did
this
it.
could also work for a teenager. This could be a teenage girl.
Absolutely.
It works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It could be anybody.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have
Yeah.
to. Yeah, you could actually do anybody. So yeah, especially if they like sunset colors or tulip colors. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Real
for
guy.
Sure.
There used to be a book called "Real Men Wear Pink."
Mm-hmm. That's
So
true.
there you go. You just never know. Well, I think I went over mine. I think I'm free to submit. And
Okay.
yeah, you're the sweetest. And then you open it up and it says you make life sweet. And there's one more, and I might put that on the inside for my sweetheart. So yeah, I'm
I
gonna
always
go.
love how yours have like a 3D element, like you can see through it like that. That looks awesome.
That's my inside outside.
I
So
like it. I
it
like
worked
it.
out just fine. And I cut these panels very irregularly, so I just fixed that by using 1 inches because I didn't cut well. Cut
Yeah.
well, cover better.
Exactly.
Yeah, no need
That's
to
the
cut
way to
well
do
when you
it.
can cover. Yeah, that's right. Well, we're going to let you relax here for just a minute while we let everybody else learn how to play, give away some stuff, and see who's coming up. And then we'll come back to say goodnight to you. I think
Okay.
that you've done your night's work.
Yay.
Well done. Well done. All right, guys, you've seen what we have done, and you've probably seen some of those cards coming in with those toasts. So, are you inspired? I hope so. I hope you have a little time this weekend that you can make a card and join us in the gallery. You have till midnight on Sunday night, basically, Central Daylight Time, to electronically submit your card using those 4 parameters, family-friendly, handcrafted, and do your very, very best. Take a great picture too. It always helps so that we can see it and enjoy it the best viewing possible that we can. We'd love to have you join us. Well, like we were talking about, Catherine Pooler and Erica Post will be with us next week. After that, Christina Warner, and we've got a special giveaway for that show. You need to be on that show's gallery. Then we get to welcome Tiffany Solario for the first time. She's fun. She's a mixed media fun girl, and you're going to like her. Then we have Amanda Stevens the night before, and it will be the night before World Card Making Day, and we'll be getting you guys all ginned up for that day. She is our co-host, and I'm her co-host. We're just hosts, and we're gonna have the most fun. And then look who's coming. Little old Charlene Madrid will be coming in after that. We do have a nice group of people that join us. We always appreciate them so much. And we appreciate our chatterbox joining us as well. There's another card. We are sponsored by our members, and here we have our roll call. You guys are the very, very best. The people that are in the silver column and gold column can join us on a Zoom call here in just a minute. You can still join us. You'll go over to the member site on craftroulette.live, and there is a whole bunch of stuff, but look for the Zoom call schedule and there will be a link to join us, and I hope I got the right one this time.
I'll send an emergency email if we don't.
Yes, please, if you are opted into our email system for our members, you get extra emails to remind you to vote for vetoes, if there's new videos, if there's this or that. It's a incredible system, and Mr. Producer has made it so that it works best for us and you, keeping you guys all informed and keeping me out of trouble as much as that's a big joke. Look at you guys. Thank you all for joining us as members. We do appreciate ya. Whole bunch. Well, that confetti either means it's time for this show to start, end, or giveaway. So I think we'll go for the giveaway this week. Remember, if you send in a card this week, you will be eligible for next week's giveaway. And I have a special box of goodie bags, a goodie box for you next week. So it's a big one too. Don't miss out. If you sent in one of those cards last week and you opted into the giveaway, your name is on that wheel, even though it doesn't look like there's very many people. There's a bunch of people on that wheel. And we're going to start with our original giveaway, a handmade card with an itty bitty gift, sometimes known as a Krog. Craft Roulette original giveaway. Who's going to get it? This goes all over the world. And I hope to be going to the mailbox more often, so as we get some great cards to send to that sweet little baby. Kathy W., congratulations. Now what I need to have you do is go to, after the spinning is done, go to craftroulette.live and claim a prize and send that to me. And I will probably get with you on Monday. I usually just batch them when they all come in. So that would be great. Thank you so much. Also, if you are a mug clubber and you haven't sent me your address, please do that. Nadine Emerton is going to get a goodie bag. Congratulations, Nadine Emerton. If you are not in the United States, I will send you something. It may not be a goodie bag. It may be a Krog. But we'll send you something. For a Waffle Flower $25 gift certificate. Yep, they've got some cute stuff. They've got those postcard templates and things, and they've got a whole bunch of new stuff. They're a busy little group over there. Linda T. Make sure also that you use the same email that you did when you sent in your card so that our program will recognize you as the rightful winner for a Catherine Pooler $25 gift certificate. Oh, you got your purple hoodie? Team Purple, congratulations, Quasi Kitty. They're soft, aren't they? They're nice. I love mine. I even wear a Team Purple. It's weird, but it's pretty. I don't have a Team Orange, so what are you going to do? Paula K. Williams. Paula K. Williams is going to go on a shopping spree at Catherine Pooler Designs. Congratulations, Paula K. Thanks for sending in a card. For a $25 gift certificate for Artful Angel with Kara Young. She's so sweet. She really is. And she's got adorable products. She's a whole lot of fun. Jessica B. is the winner for that one. Congratulations, Jessica B. Now, Makeup Marco is a product. It's not a gift certificate, so it does need to stay in the United States because of crazy postage. But if you are out of the United States, let me know as well, and we'll figure out something. But, as you saw, he makes cool little holders and different things for your desk. Donna Dunn. Congratulations, Donna Dunn. I look forward to hearing I love your emails when you claim your prizes. You're like, I never win anything, or I'm so excited. Thank you so much. It's very nice to hear from you. And we like giving away other people's stuff. So thanks for sending in cards so we can do that. I think I covered all the bases on what you need to do there. If you have any questions, let us know. And join us this week so that you can be eligible on that wheel next week. It's fun. It's fun. All you have to do is make a card. It's cherry on the top. This is the fun part when you go, oh, I made that. Well, let's bring her back. Yeah, there she is. Still smiling. I think your smile may be a little bigger.
Oh, yeah. You always get a little nervous before the show. So it was exciting to get some ideas from the crowd, from all the chatterboxes, and have something that you knew would throw together. I felt like this one came together a little easier, and maybe it's just because I'm a little less nervous.
Probably. Yeah. Because I think all parameters are doable. They really are. And but it is a moment where you're just going, why? Why did I do this? Yeah, deer in the headlights. But because it's fun and you're inspiring other people to try it. And so thank you for putting yourself out there.
Thanks for having me. I had so much fun.
Oh, good. I like hearing that because I was a little I was like, oh, I don't know if she got too much fun out of it last time. Maybe she forgot and that's why she said she'd come back. But yeah, so I'm glad that this was happy. And you never coughed.
I know. I can't I can't believe it. You guys should have heard me the hours before this. I've been coughing like a crazy person, clearing my throat, and I think the only time I've done it is when we've gone to break. So I got a little blessing there that I didn't have to cough on all of you guys.
That's pretty good. Yeah, she's got that new lav mic, and it's like a stethoscope on her windpipe. So you did great. You did super great.
Oh,
if there's anybody that deserves to kiss your brain, it's you tonight, Miss Nicki. So lay one on there, give yourself a big kiss, and you'll be running like a pro or like a gem here all night, all weekend. You all take care of yourself. We will see you in Silver and Up in just a few minutes. And then, what else? Oh, Gold has a noon call on Monday, and it will be like, I'm going to get 2 teeth work done at 10. Should be a great call. We're going to do a dribble technique. Oh, gosh. Well, take care. We'll see you soon, precious friends. Love y'all. Night, night. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Mr. Producer.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.